Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are not going to be talking about these, but many of you may know that I'm a proponent of going to your local rock and gem club if you have one, if you have the opportunity and it's close enough, all that kind of stuff. Your mileage may vary. But at our club, every meeting we have a silent auction. And a couple meetings ago I picked up these round nose pliers for jewelry making and wire work, and this little plastic sample container for just a few dollars. And at the last meeting, there's kind of a surprise where there was this bag of sapphire gravel listed at a starting price of $5. And I had pretty sure I saw this S somewhere before, and I'm fairly certain that this is a bag from the Spokane Bar Sapphire Mine in Montana. This is a second-hand bag. Obviously, I think the people that were selling it bought it at an estate sale, or they got it as part of an estate. So I don't know if it's been sorted through. It is zip tied at the top here, although there is also a tie here. I don't know if they do both ties or if somebody sorted through this, put it back in here, zip tied it together, and just kept it around for sentimental value. Now, there were a few other bids on this, so the final price was not $5, but it also wasn't what this retails for, which is around $95. We'll see what we have in here and have fun picking through it as we go. I'll try and keep things in frame as we open this up for the first time. It is 33.1 pounds, which is about right for what they say the package should weigh online. And my fears could be assuaged easily if there's a nice fat, 5-pound sapphire sitting right on top. It's not a sapphire, but let's see, anything glassy jumping out at us here. This gravel looks about what I expected it to for the Spokane Bar. I looked at a number of YouTube videos for comparison. Now, compared to the Gem Mountain gravel, the Gem Mountain gravel looked a lot like this. There's a lot more of that tan, weathered, whatever I'm not really sure what that rock was. Whereas at the Spokane Bar, this gravel is a lot more rounded and less angular, less blocky, less jagged pieces. So I don't know if that'll make it more difficult to sort through. But I'm going to get distracted looking at the rocks while I try to talk. But that's what it's like talking to a geologist sometimes. Now, it does seem to be pretty hit or miss what you may find in these kinds of bags. Obviously, I was kind of successful in my previous bag from Gem Mountain. We'll see if Spokane Bar holds up against it. I think I saw a report where they said every 7 bags may have something of about 3 or more carats in it, and the majority will be, a carat or less. Nope. It'll be dusty work. So I think we'll wash this off and classify it a little bit, sort it. I have a 1/2-inch sifter, and I also bought some 1/4-inch screen for another project, but I think I'll make something up with that as well to do 1/4-inch a little faster than my cat litter box sorter that I had last time. And yeah. All right, we'll give this a shot. Got tarp set up with a 1/2-inch screen, a hose just off camera there. It's been raining all day, but it is sunny, partly cloudy out now, right now. So we'll do a little bit of this at a time. And I just realized I don't have a place for the 1/2 inch to go. Oh, there's the first sapphire. Kind of a flat one, so not really going to be cuttable, but at least there's something in here. The half-inch gravel, there's definitely less of that than in the Gem Mountain bag, so this may be roughly sorted. I don't know if they did a less than 3/4 inch sieve or a very rough half-inch sift before they bagged it up. Although now that I'm saying that, the S bag is this is a concentrate, and so this is, I think, a few different runs kind of pared down to get rid of the larger material. So it makes sense that there's very little of that greater than half-inch size, which, if I'd known that, I might have just started with the 1/4 inch sifter, which I now have to make. Now we're going to move on to the last stage of sorting, which is to remove everything smaller than a 1/4 inch. I fortunately had this frame ready to go for another project, but I just stapled 1/4 inch screen to the bottom. Hopefully it sticks together enough to do this. And wearing gloves, even though they're not waterproof, because that's pretty sharp fencing. Let's see. Try 3 handfuls at a time, I guess. A lot of the gravel is really flat, and so it's sticking to the screen just because of water tension, which is annoying. But we're not looking for perfection here, I guess. We just need to get rid of a lot of the small stuff, and that looks like a lot of it. That's a lot of small gravel to go through still. And gotta find a good way to make sure it stays clean too. What I'm settling on is what I think is called a trouvé from an Instant Pot that has a bunch of small holes. I'm not sure what the size is, but I think anything smaller than this would be kind of annoying to sort through. So we'll just toss a handful in here, rinse it off, and then toss it in a bucket and move on. All right, we've got our bucket of greater than 1/4 inch gravel, and I guess what we'll do is go through it a handful at a time, sort it, and see if there's any sapphires in there. It's very unlikely that there's anything of this size in there, but gotta be diligent just in case. Oh, there's a sapphire. I don't think that that really comes across as clear. Kind of thick, but flat. Ooh. Did you see this one just pop out? It's another flat one. I'm gonna, whoops, where did that go? Okay, that's it for the greater than 1/4 inch fraction. So now we can move on to the smaller stuff that should really have a few sapphires in it. We're moving on now to the less than 1/4 inch size fraction, which there's quite a bit to go through, about the same volume compared to the greater than 1/4 inch. My wife said she wanted to join in, and so I'm just gonna go and do this size fraction until I get a sapphire, and then I'll stop and we'll either join in on the light table later or go outside and do it under the sun. You know, this is fun for the whole family, so who am I to say no? And if there aren't any sapphires for some weird reason, then we won't have wasted her time. This is going to go a little bit slower than the 1/4 inch because these are tiny pieces. And there's a lot more transparency in the small quartzes, for example. that I have to ignore to focus on the search for sapphire. Well, there's a little something here. I think that might be a zircon, which I've just lost. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think that's not. Let's see. I'll dunk it in water. Ooh, that might be a sapphire. Very, very tiny. Well, I guess we have our one sapphire for this bucket, and that was the first handful. So shows promise, even if that first one wasn't that big. I've already lost that piece that I just picked up. Where did I drop it? Okay, maybe just one more handful. Well, that made a mess. That's what I get. Oop, right on the edge. Let's see. Oop, and I just dropped it back. Oh, no, it fell out to the side. Another little green one there. We're 2 for 2 in terms of handfuls to sapphire returns, so that's a pretty good ratio right now. So it's date night time. Joe, you can have that pile of gravel.
Oh boy. You sure know how to spoil a girl, hun. I found a cat hair.
Oh.
And another cat hair.
Wow, I found a sapphire.
Oh, well.
No, it's either a clear sapphire or a really nice piece of quartz. Ooh, there's a sapphire.
Ooh.
It's
a big one.
It's a decent one.
Especially compared to the last batch of things we went through.
These ones so far have tended to be flatter than that one.
Mm-hmm. This one's red?
Yeah, it's a nice red sapphire.
Ooh.
That's like the first colorful one. I see a really good one already for you.
For me.
For you. Ooh, that one is a hunker.
Nice. Is that a sapphire?
That's a sapphire. That's a deep red sapphire.
Ooh.
That's a cool color one.
Yeah.
And that's what I read about this bag, the S bag from this place, is that they tend to have a wider, they say they have a wider variety of colors. There's a little fragment of one.
Now why is that a fragment and not a just small sapphire?
Just because it's a broken shard,
Oh, okay.
irregularly shaped, and is too small to really do anything with.
Okay. Yeah. What else?
That's the last of it.
Found cat hair.
Man, there were a lot of cats back when these gravels were deposited.
I know. Weird.
Okay.
All done.